Many people who have been in Darmstadt since decades only know the orangerie and the usual concert setting with the chairs in it. So this was our first performance, to get out all the 600 chairs. What we tried to achieve there was not only to show the individual positions, but also to create at the same time a sort of ensemble. So we had a limited exposition time of 90 minutes, and we started that all together on the same light cue and ended it exactly at 12 midnight. From this kind of frame, it was already a little bit of an ensemble situation. You had to start to walk around between the different positions. More and more the individuality of the different positions came into foreground. This was a very successful interweaving or something between ensemble situation and the individualized position. Different from only the simultaneous things. It's something even much more special, that very special relationship between the singular position, the individual position, and the whole.
I'm using sound energy and converting it into kinetic energy. It's using sound, but it's not a very audible piece because it's at the lower end of human hearing. I'm very interested in the physicality of sound, how sound can actually be experienced as a physical experience, and usually that is most obviously experienced in lower frequencies. Like in concerts, it's not just due to volume but also to frequency. It's usually the bass that you feel. I think conceptually, I usually have some idea outside of musical structures. So I'm not so concerned with formal composition. I think it can be expanded outside of a concert hall, actually. So it's two speakers that I'm playing 37 hertz through, which is a low enough frequency that they start moving. They're two speakers that are moving away from each other. They gradually shift so that they are out of sync. It's a visual experience rather than a sonic experience, but using sound.
It's about finding a personal, intimate space in a larger context, a deliberately private moment. The structure is large enough that it can fit, I think, 3 people, which changes it as well, because if you're in there with strangers, it's a very interesting experience because you're very close to each other. This version doesn't really have a clear narrative. I think it sets a sort of background for you to move into and use your imagination. This particular version I used a field recording of birds, church bells, just things that you would hear in a normal landscape. And then I reconstructed the sounds. If you're walking down the street thinking to yourself about something, that just becomes part of what you're thinking about. So I wanted to keep it sort of ambiguous and leave it up to the visitor to create their own narrative or experience. I think it's really important to me that my work is quiet. I mean, I don't mean like dynamically quiet, but I'm interested in finding ways of working that help me create a situation that leaves space for the viewer or for the listener or visitor that isn't just what someone is telling you. There is space for them in their minds to relate to the piece, to sort of get to know it. If you choose to explore my piece, you have to choose to go inside. And if you do choose to go inside and sit down and stay for a little while, you're choosing to have an intimate moment, you know, with yourself inside the box, and basically to create a space where you can think and where you can be in the middle of all this other stuff that's going on, and that you choose to go into and choose to have a quiet moment by yourself. or with some other people.
The most important thing in this project is the backpack with the microphone and speakers. It's like an instrument. It's like a field recording in real time, but I don't record nothing, just I amplify it. In this exhibition, I use only 2 backpacks going around the orangery garden. I wrote a score, like a map, with different patterns around the square, trying to find a loop or separate in different sections. In the first section, I work with feedback with the microphone close to the speakers, and the second gets sounds from the ground, and the third section with the branch of the plants and the trees, and the last part is mix all the sounds together. The backpack leaves the performance to move free. The performer can use the hand for work with the microphone. And feedback is not the same when you put the microphone from the speaker. Yeah, it's like a microscope for a small sound. Yeah, it's more than this. And when I record, it's interesting because you hear with the device and the headphones more than you hear normally. Like a backpack is like something that you have in your back. The people have something in the back to like career like all the time, all your life. In this case, I use the backpack with the sounds. I'm going to carry all my life, the sounds in my life.
So my project is to kind of really try to capture the spirit of the 47th edition of the summer course at Darmstadt for new music. And I'm trying to do that through a project which I call the Darmstadt piece. And it's basically a collage of different people, composers that are here at the summer course, and I'm walking around asking them to write a piece of music for flute for me.